These are some pieces. We're going to just pick one or two. This one in particular has been like a nugget in my head because I've had this particular outfit, I'm going to say almost 8 years, maybe even a little bit longer. I've worn it once. It's Oscar de la Renta. It's a two-piece. It is, and I love the color. I love the fabric. I love everything about it, but I just don't know how to wear it. Right. I just don't. I think I have the wrong, and for me when I look at this, I think I'm the wrong height and I have the wrong hairstyle.
So I think fabulous. It's a beautiful, beautiful suit. And clearly something that is of quality, and it definitely has worn well, even though it hasn't seen the light of day very much.
Right.
But one thing I would say always, when you buy something that is a two-piece, don't be afraid to break it up.
Right.
So if you have a traditional trouser suit or a little skirt set like this, wear them as separates and learn how to coordinate with other pieces in your closet. So for example, the particular jacket, this is, the shape, the cropped length and the style is actually very trending right now. Even though it's a classic, it's very hot. The sort of Chanel tweed style jackets are quite everywhere right now. So I would wear this, for instance, with a beautiful, it's quite fitted and it's cropped, so I would wear it with a really nice black pleated sort of a wide leg pants. You could do a fun look where you're doing a white t-shirt underneath. You could do a lovely white sneaker with that pants, sort of like a floor length hemline. You could also use this, for instance, with a nice black leather pants. And you could do more of a silky, whether it's a scoop neck top or a camisole underneath, dress it up in that way. Black and white will always look good and look classic as a color pairing. You could also bring in pops of color through accessories, right? So you could potentially, this is a beautiful bright yellow for spring, so you could pair it quite well with that, with a black pants. And then here's a little styling tip for you. We call it the sandwich rule of dressing when it comes to color. And that's when you may have seen this on TikTok of late, but you match the color of your footwear with the color somewhere else on your outfit to bring more cohesive look to your style, right? So you could have a coordinated footwear and purse. You could perhaps, here's something out of the box potentially for you, you could go with a bright yellow top underneath to pick up the color of the purse as well, right? So this sort of jacket as well would work really well with a wide leg jean, whether it's a full length or whether it's more of a cropped just above the ankle length. And then I think, wearing it as a set, it may be that you could adjust the hemline of the skirt because you could be quite right and just feeling like when you stand back, look in the mirror, the proportions may just be a little bit off.
Right.
So, one piece of advice I would say is always be open to tailoring and to adjusting something so that it looks just right for you. This would go really well with a beautiful long line suede black boot. Wear it as a top, as a set, the top and the jacket. You could do a nice turtleneck underneath, or you could do something, more of a V-neck, more open underneath, a bustier style top. But lots and lots of potential for this particular outfit. Yeah.
And I'm just like, I don't know, I couldn't even think of one.
Right.
All right. So the next one, I like that. I like that. And I like the yellow part. So this I love. I love it. But I just don't know. And I would just wear it. I wore it, again, this was like a Mother's Day thing.
Right.
So I used to wear it to go, oh, look at that. I think it's got a little pull. It's got a pull.
Looks like it can be fixed, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love the color.
It's a beautiful color. I love this color, coral. Perfect as well for this time of year and as we move into summer. And it looks like it's a color that really works well for your complexion.
Really?
Manuela.
Oh,
yeah.
yay!
So the style of it is maybe a little bit dated. So what I usually advise a client when they're unsure of a piece like this, am I going to show up? Am I going to feel a little bit out of touch or lacking relevance potentially? Wear it and see how you feel in it. And if it just doesn't feel good, if it just doesn't work with who you are today, who you want to be, what emotions you want to evoke for yourself, then okay, it's time to part with it.
See, for me, I like this because what I like about it is I like the fact that it's got a different neckline.
Yeah.
I like the fact that this potentially, if it fits properly, will accent the waist. Like it's got this, I love the female figure. Like I like that figure that, so I think it gives me a bit of an old style, like a Grace Kelly kind of feel.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it being dated.
Right.
I mind it just not sitting right. And then what else do I wear with it?
So your first step is really going to try it on,
Yeah.
see how it fits. And something that is quite fitted like this in this area, you will probably do well to utilize some shapewear underneath, because it can make a huge impact in terms of not necessarily shrinking you or making you look smaller. I think it's more
Just
in terms
all the
of the
lines.
support and the
Yeah,
lumps
yeah.
and bumps, and
Yeah,
just
yeah,
giving
yeah.
you a firmer, supportive base to work with. So that would be the first step. Secondly, I would try and I don't know if you have what particular footwear you would generally have worn with this piece.
I'm thinking I would have worn something nude
Yeah.
and heels.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if that's right.
A nude is a great sort of way to elongate, right? So you don't necessarily cut yourself off with a very obvious color at the foot. It's sort of nude toned, it's beige, and so it lengthens your leg. So that's great. And if it's a heel, it'll obviously give you a little bit more height. This is the type of dress as well that you could potentially, not this particular jacket, but you could potentially get a sort of a cropped textured jacket as well to
Yes.
to sort of
Break it up.
break it up, and
create
maybe
more-
make it feel a little bit more current for
Current.
today. And I mean, it's a well-made piece, and the fabric has good support in it. It's quite a hefty fabric, so it's definitely something I think that you would probably lean towards in transitional seasons like fall, or even at this time of year, moving from winter to spring. It's a little heavy for summertime,
Right.
but it's obviously quite well made. It has a beautiful lining, and the fit and flare style is, again, the length may be something you want to
The length.
the
See, these are the
tackle.
things that knowing what the, because I have zero idea what the length of something
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah. Well,
That's,
if you stand back and you look in the mirror and it just feels off, generally speaking, it's a matter of proportion, right? So you just need to, with a piece like that, get it tailored in some way. And then, as I said, adding in a jacket can help to break up and change, how the observing eye reads a piece as well. And it may lend itself to just giving off better proportion.
yeah, I think this whole thing about proportion, because I've got to admit that I am short. I'm 5'4", maybe 5'3" and a
Same
half.
as me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that is something that really, truly, like the proportion, the legs are short.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we say we have a low bum.
Well, there's styling tips and tricks and techniques for
That's what I want.
all
Learn
of those
those.
little imperfections and perceived flaws that we see in ourselves. And here's a little secret: we're the ones who see them most.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we just have to learn how to balance them, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a matter of just helping you to draw attention away from those areas that cause you most concern, and helping you to focus and highlight on areas of your body that you feel really good about.
Well, this one, I want to know what would we do with this?
So this, again, I would use this as a little throw-on jacket. I would do it with a tank top. I would do it with, you could do it with something that's a beige in tone. You could do a jean. You could do black. You could do a lovely sort of tonal look, which is where you're picking up different tints, tones, and shades of basically the same color. So you could do like oatmeals, beiges, browns. And a monochrome and tonal look like that will give you actually the sense of being slimmer and taller, so it elongates because there's no obvious break point from head to toe. But I would do, brown and red is actually a good combination. So
Really?
even a little red T-shirt or a red purse. But I would treat it almost like a casual jacket as opposed to a formal
So a casual jacket.
yeah,
and just throw it on.
think,
I think that
Yeah.
the theme for me is I have pieces,
Yeah.
but I don't have the connectors. I really don't
Right,
have
yeah.
that fun. Like even when you say a white sneaker, I don't have a white sneaker.
Right, yeah.
That's so basic. I don't even think I have a white T-shirt.
Well,
See, like
Yeah.
I don't think I have those
Yeah.
basics,
Yeah.
and I think that's the thing too. Like
yeah.
stopping
As I said,
to build
they're
it.
the backdrop, right? The neutral backdrop, just
Yeah.
helping you to make better use out of pieces you own. Yeah.
Like up until this weekend, I only had one pair of jeans.
And is that them?
No,
Oh,
I just
okay.
got these this weekend.
Okay, that's, yeah.
And I tried to get them, and I said to the lady, I love this.
Is this a
piece.
trouser suit?
Yeah.
Lovely.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love the back.
I love the belt.
I love the belt. I love the back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Tell me you're wearing that.
I do wear this.
Yeah. Okay.
This one I wear. Yeah, I just love this one. But I've worn it, for. It's a heavy piece to wear though, right? So I don't like to travel with it.
Yeah.
I wear it locally.
Mhm.
I won't wear it. Yeah. Because I don't like putting this in a suitcase.
Yeah.
And then you have all of this, and then this is just like one outfit. And if you're away for a week or two, like this takes up so much space.
Mhm.
So I also find when I'm packing with things like this, it's like, oh my God, I can only wear it once. Or if
Yeah.
I wear it twice, they're all going to know I'm wearing the same thing.
Yeah. That's another thing, a mindset shift as well. Like, don't be afraid to rewear the same outfit.
Well, I have to a
Maybe
lot
if
of
you're-
times because I have some pieces are so obvious that
Yeah.
they're like originals
Yeah.
that you wear it
Yeah.
again and again
Yeah.
and again. They know.
Yeah.
But I think we got to go through. I would love to book with you.
Yeah. So
Do this. We got to do this.
Whenever it works for you, we can definitely reconnect.
Because I have
take a look
half
at
my
that.
closet here, half my closet at home.
Okay. Because you record a lot up here. Is that what happens? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we were going to start recording, and I did edit. I threw away like 4 garbage bags full
Right.
of stuff.
Yeah.
But they were really all like noise. Like they weren't. These are all. Everything else is designer. Like these are all. That's old Donna Karen, Etro, and I
Isn't
don't
this
want to get rid of this.
beautiful? I love
Isn't
the
it?
front. Oh wow, the crossover effect. Beautiful.
It's beautiful. These
Yeah.
pieces.
I
They
can
need to
see
be a
this
little.
with a beautiful, like, summery heel or a sandal,
Mm-hmm.
a high, like it needs height and it flares out.
Yeah,
and
and
a
then the
nice
top should
fitted
be-
top, like
yeah,
you
fitted.
could do a tank. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another like little. Some of the styling rules, tips. We automatically default to anyway without really understanding why. But generally speaking, when you have something that's quite voluminous on the lower part, you want to do more fitted on top, and then vice versa. So for instance, when you're wearing fitted leggings or skinny jeans, you want to be more voluminous on top, right? With an oversized blazer, for instance, or a tunic style top. But for something like this, you could do a nice fitted tank. You could do a crew neck, sort of knitted short sleeve sweater. That would be quite nice. And then a nice simple piece of jewelry up here. It's kind of like evokes 1950s housewife. Like, you know,
Yeah,
that
it
look.
does
It's
give
beautiful.
that.
It's beautiful.
I think it's
very,
beautiful.
Very feminine. Look how nice it is with this color shoe.
Yeah, no,
Not
with that
the
shoe, it's
style,
beautiful.
but with the color.
I like even with ballerina flats. I keep thinking
Yeah,
that too.
yeah, very pretty.
But I think you would have to have height to do
And then
that.
you could do a fitted jacket as well. So again, back to a fitted, cropped,
Okay.
kind of Chanel style jacket. One other piece as well of advice is when you're building outfits, what can make your outfit look really interesting and give it a lot of dimension is when you mix textures. So you would have something in this fabric, you could have a suede, you could have the boucle or the tweed, you could have a patterned shoe, a leather purse, like get into mixing textures. Because even when you're wearing a monochrome look, it will bring it to life in a much better way. Right?
Yeah, see, that's the one other thing
Yeah.
I don't understand is that someone else in interior design was telling me the thing with interior design is texture, right?
Yeah.
The color and
Yeah.
texture, right?
Yeah.
And they said you could translate that to everything. And now you're saying this. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's what you mean.
You know, it's funny. I did a talk a couple of weeks ago for the Decorators and Designers Association of Canada. And
Yeah.
they had like their annual personal development day. So I gave the talk on style, and there was a lot of similarities to what I say and how they look at a space, an interior space. So texture was one of them. Color harmony is another one. Shapes is another one. You know, so it's and so the message for them was just to be more intentional about how they're showing up and attracting clients and that kind of thing. So I would say on something like this where it's heavily patterned, a lot of people think, oh, I need to wear a solid color with this underneath, right? But I'm all for mixing patterns And so
I don't know how to do that,
yeah,
but I
so-
know it's like a Christian Lacroix kind of thing.
So
which
you
I
can
adored.
you can really I think an easy way to start is to think about it not as mixing patterns but more as colors. So if you take another pattern, maybe not as busy as this, but you take another pattern that has the same colors present, it will automatically lend itself to pairing well. So for this, just for instance, if you had a blouse that was perhaps a white background with a pink polka dot, a small pink polka dot, that would work really well with this.
Oh.
Or even you have the lining here, so obviously the green is picked up here. You could do a really nice like green pants, a little green tank, silky tank perhaps, and then do a pop-up pattern perhaps in a little necktie, or you could do a pop-up pattern in a purse. Again, in complementary colors.
Right, so not be afraid.
Don't be afraid, yeah. Now, again, it's experimentation.
Right.
And sometimes, you want to experiment in a safe environment, so wear it here to the office where
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
your
yeah.
friend.
And see what,
And see how you feel. But you can experiment, and sometimes, the whole point of a style coaching journey as well is to help somebody kind of like get themselves up out of their comfort zone.
Yes.
And learn to be okay with pushing the boundaries a little bit.
Yeah.
And it gets, more and more each day as your confidence and your self-assuredness grows. And then it obviously moves beyond your closet into other areas of your life.
Yeah, because I think that I see myself, I pigeonhole myself, whereas somebody who's outside of me
Yeah.
is not going to put me in the same, so I would need that perspective so I can grow,
Yeah.
because I can't see it myself. This is how I internalize it, how I was saying. That's why I think this is such an important service. It's because it will help you come out of what you think you look like, and because we have limiting beliefs. And it's moving those limiting beliefs that is really, you need somebody that you can trust, because I know too, I want someone to guide me into a direction that is
Yeah.
safe for me, not ridiculous for me.
And I think the first step is really becoming aware of what those limiting beliefs are, and then challenging them, right? Asking yourself, why do I believe this? It may have held some water back in the day. I've carried it with me everywhere I've gone since then. Does it serve me well now? Is it true now? And if it wasn't there, then what would I, do with myself, with my life, with whatever?
Yeah.
So it's those little steps and asking those little questions. And very often people will say, my goodness, why was I holding myself back all those years for that stupid reason that really has no validity today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So.
is fabulous. That was really great. You know what I liked? Like, some of the stuff is so obvious, I can't even think of it. Like, this is why working together and getting that perspective. But I like the idea of experimenting, updating, breaking things up, adding a pop of color,
Texturizing.
This is really how to maximize everything. It just adds color to your life, and you make great relationships, and you just start to move yourself forward in the right direction. And this is what the confessions are all about. It's about empowerment, it's about growth, and it's about how you present yourself to the world. And if you want to take on the world, be dressed for it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.